Hello again, I'm Coyote Jack, and yeah, this is the rant I wanted to deliver the most, but man, I couldn't have the time. But anyway, I still need to catch on with this one, and so yeah, the Epstein files. Probably you have seen those videos and even those YouTubers saying Epstein funded everything, and dude, as far as kinda hilarious as that would sound, because yes, the most infamous piece of shit on earth funded a lot of the DEI, a lot of the work. And you say that he is the one responsible for this. No, honestly, kind of pisses me off that a lot of even YouTubers from quote unquote our side were saying that Epstein is responsible of that. No, it's disingenuous. He was part of the same fucking cult that wanted this. I can give you that. And yes, a lot of shit, a lot of theories that we uh, have running over the course of the years. A lot of tinfoil hat theories were proven right when those files were released, and we were seeing a lot of the disgusting shit being proven right. Fuck you, I was right. Is was the last statement. But yes, look at this one. So Madel Sabi has this one summarized here. So a man named Justin emailed Jeffrey Epstein, Justin thanking him for 50K research funding, mentioning he took surgical director for Transformer Health. This is one of the guys on trans-related surgeries. So that's kind of tourist that we have seen that we are proven right once again that you have disgusting evil pieces of shit that probably commit a lot of crimes just as Epstein behind the scenes and influence their power because you have a lot of power tripping monsters, fucking skinwalkers, yeah, doing this shit behind the scenes, but also enacting power threat towards the world population. Not only the US, everyone, the entire world. So even when I was ranting about this at the start of my videos, when I dug out more into the politics side, especially since I covered it not only from the US but also from Spain, from Mexico, from Argentina, Chile, and other places, because yeah, this ideology, this kind of shit. When I noticed it on video games, is what dragged me to the rabbit hole. And yes, once you see it, there is no way to coming out of it. So at this point, you notice things, and yeah, it's difficult to ignore it anymore. But let's continue. Did you know in 2016 the first transformer male to female genitalia surgery was completed 2 months in nine, and then became the first place in New York City to offer transformer surgeries? Einstein had a great deal of interest in it, and apparently funded research for it. This long after knowing Einstein was she speaks a PDF file, this man not only reached out of him for updates, but was given money and he continues to ask for help to push his work. So yes, my first videos were talking about this shit, and especially or even when feminists they were already adopting this and did disgusting shit to their kids or like lesbians like that story that mentioning from Argentina, Lucio Dupuy. That kid got brutalized to death by his mother, and she said on cameras and something that wasn't recorded for any of the Western media side, or when it comes to this English-speaking side that covered the article. But yes, the Argentinians shared that that woman said, yeah, unless another mass toxic masculine man uh, left out of the world, so yeah, taken out. She was bragging about it. Well, let's continue. Recently in New York, this transitioner was awarded 2 million. The location and people are unrelated sort of, but I think a wave of lawsuits is coming. $50,000 for research into specifically what I don't know, but I think we can all make a safe gamble on what it was. So yes, evil pieces of shit pushing this woke ideology that also involved surgeries because of my sexuality, of my identity. Something so evil. It's the most basic room temperature take I can give of this. It's fucking evil. And yeah, they proven us right that yeah, a lot of this shit was heavily financed by the likes of Epstein and many other Epsteins out there that we don't know and probably come from the same religion. Just saying because I know that one has been pointed out. And at this point, yeah, it's undeniable that even that guy got financing from, yeah, the tiny hat world. Man. At this point, yes. For every single time I was repeating this shit, probably I could have another gaming laptop. Or probably I used 2000s Honda Civic. Seriously, this horrible shit. And all started, a lot of people like us have been dragged to this because of gaming. I started not searching for this type of information and noticing because I noticed the patterns on gaming that yes, one tentacle from the main octopus. So this one, so you're not. The real cultural war Epstein story that none of these leftists are going to talk about or address is that Epstein was actually talking to homosexual groomers who were pushing Transformer and trying to push the idea of Transformer children. And also, well, like we have seen alongside a lot of video games, Nintendo. Since I know this is going to be a long rant, I really want to keep it on gaming because yes, this shit they are also have been trying to push it on children into video games. They have been using video games for the same evil propaganda. This one also from Madame Savi. More extensive interest. In the first one, Joy is messaging engine about showing CEOs of Sony, DNA, and DNA makes Pokemon Masters along with tons of other apps, and they actually work in other fields too, not just gaming. We look it out in stream once. So yeah, she has been covering this one on her streams. So you have Sony, you have Nintendo, you have Microsoft, despite that, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein got banned from Xbox Live because he was harassing apparently from that account. Could be a troll using his account at this point. Well, it came out of official files, so you can make up your mind on that. But yeah, keep it on focus. He approached to Activision Blizzard to push microtransactions. The same, this fucking discordia that started all of the downfall of gaming. Microtransactions in already $60 games, now $70. So again, that has free to play monetization. I don't bitch on gachas anymore. In fact, I played the most of them because you have developers that give players what they want and they don't engage with this kind of nonsense for the most part, as far as I'm concerned. Well, considering that, well, the feminists infiltrating themselves from fucking South Korea, but anyway, that's a different rant for another day. So you have a fucking monster that was heavily interested into gaming because also children were consuming gaming around that time, and this fucker had a lot of contacts. He he made a lot of touches with a lot of contacts. He had contacts. He wanted to approach them directly and probably offer them the same type of business he was promoting in that island just so he could get access for more insider information. At the end of the day, his main goalpost was building power. Power through a trafficking ring of cheese pizza. And also, well, that it has been proven right that yeah, they are satanics, they are cannibals, and a lot of other theories that we have heard ended up proven right. And sadly, I don't think we are going to see those fuckers paying the price in this lifetime. That is what aside from also pissing me off it also hurts me to a certain degree because man, so this happened, and then even at this point, if humanity still prevails for the next century, it's still going to face the same fucking issue. This shit is never going to stop, or at least reduce it to a certain degree because at this point, yeah, even when you have a societies that have better technology compared to the previous generations, better flow of information, despite all the actions from governments to try to censor us or influence us from the media that we used to enjoy, and I say used to because I know probably someone out there was a fan of Sony when he used to deliver what they wanted, or Nintendo, or Xbox like myself, or when of even from Japanese studios from the AAA landscape when it used to actually deliver what we wanted, they didn't were afraid of offending someone or just as the most important part was giving us entertainment. But now, just like we have seen Jeffrey Epstein, along with many others, that really wanted to push their fucking evil deeds, used gaming, influencing them through the stock market, and yes, they turned a lot of the legacy gaming media into evil propaganda for their globalist ideology. Or even look at this. Epstein had his investor go to E3. Epstein was invested in game companies like Nintendo and watched them. Of course, because the company also like the Nintendo star already way past the age. Man, their Nintendo star older than me that I should be concerned when they want to stick to children's places. Yes, no only it's a joke that PDFs, even from the Spanish speaking side, we call them pedophiles. Yeah, and I know I said that word entirely, primarily for that shit because it's a plan for that. The even that has been producing a lot of video games for kids. Why do you just grow up and jump to PC or play other games or prove me that you're consuming something that is not the nostalgia bait? But hey, we know that even Nintendo, we have also covered how they are doubling down on the same ideology. We gave a long ass run with that one. So continue on. Estem writes to a very eccentric man about augmented reality about Pokemon Go. The last image I thought was a little funny, showing the three-way connection, and I believe Jeffrey Epstein is lambasting and Amanda for bad trades. In another email, Amanda is pushing some investor info about Nintendo Switch was just funny to see this here. So what is take from Madame Savage, this explanation gives us that Jeffrey instead gave himself a lot of power and money by inside trading, and he received that inside trading by providing the disgusting business that he built up in that island. So yes, the the AAA, the console market as a whole, they are they are also guilty of enrolling with this shit. But just to continue on, yeah, I want to keep that one for later. Yeah. So we were talking that also companies from Japan, because also it has been proven that they invested on Crapcon, invested on Banco, invested on Squeenix, Epstein invested on Nintendo, and all of these fucking James Bond villains, they were setting their targets on gaming because yeah, gaming grew up too big, but also that it was their main target to groom children. But well, to this day we are seeing the consequences of those fuckers. For example, this one from Neswald Dummer. Neo 3 is a woke and censored. So yes, Koei Tecmo, of course, they are not safe for this. And no wonder why they see their fictional characters as real life people, probably because they have too much skeletons in their closet. Just saying, because yeah, they didn't see a lot of art from Dead or Alive. So you just say, enjoy the body type cringe garbage too. So yes, also has body type A, body type B. I bet. No, these guys say want to shit on Asmongold. I bet grifters like Asmongold are going to make blind eye to this, just like he said that Baldur's Gate 3 isn't woke. Well, that's true. Baldur's Gate 3 is a woke video game, but that woke video game had better story writing than other woke games. But yes, it's woke, and yes, I'm not interested in anything that has wokeness. Anyone that doesn't address this is a grifter. So yeah, that was the take of this guy. So look, in Neo and Neo 2, they didn't have problems doing that, but now with Neo 3, censor the female body type by the censoring the number 2. It's tiresome. But yes, and even this way, with so much reason, you hate so much feminism. And then look at the retard. You are an addict to prawn. So I'm able, I'm sick because I'm attracted to women. Yeah, calling out a fucking homosexual. Because that's what it is. Oh man. Yeah, even this vulgar noja. Reminder that Neo 3 is censored, and if you post the censorship, you should boycott it and ask the Ninja Studio and Kotemos to censor the game. It's not going to help. This type of text pisses me off. Simply just don't buy it. Simply just stop. These companies are heavily compromised. Simple as that. But look, in the past they used to give us that, even from Japan. But now, we see this coming out from South Korea and China. And look, also it's true that, oh, but Japanese people helping them. That's true. For to a certain degree, that's true because those Japanese people that really are talented and skilled, they say, you know what, fuck his industry. This legacy industry is not going to let me build what I want. They either just go full indie, like we have covered. Even some indie developers, they want to go full edgy. Like I remember the past year, that guy that wanted to build a game about an android female feeding garbage, and of course it was heading into the hentai type of role, but with a interesting story to tell. And at the end of the day, it was entertaining and targeting a objective audience, or an audience that was interested into that side of edginess. So in this, for Japan, that's the only thing that is going to remain. But if not, they are just going to participate in South Korean and Chinese businesses. We have seen even developers that went to China with NetEase, like Nagoshi, the creator of the Yakuza series, and also we have seen how Sega is a dumpster fire nowadays. So yes, that that's what really pisses everyone off with with these files. But for me, and probably many people out there, you are just saying, yes, you were right, everyone was right about this, everyone with their suspicions were proven right that, yes, all of this DEI wasn't even natural in the fucking first place, but we have stated this many times. Yeah, man, look at this post. Hostile takeover in the news at 11. Investment partners, JP Morgan. So yeah, because they are seeing Squeenix, and yes, yeah, we already stated that Squeenix participated into talks with Epstein. Like this one, Epstein file shows interest in the video game industry, including sharing stock information from Bogislav. And if Bogislav wasn't the most notorious example of that ideology, Squeenix, Nintendo, and Tencent. Yes, Tencent. We know Tencent is Chinese, and of course they are going to get brutalized by the Chinese Communist Party if they fucking dare to put a millimeter of that ideology into mainland. But they don't even care if they have Western studios with that shit as long as brings them money. But in this case, you know what? If you see something woke at this point, just you're already aware of this shit. Just simply stop consuming. It's the most sane take here. You don't want wokeness, simply stop supporting it. Let those fucking evil pieces of shit already take that broken industry. That is a lost ground already. The only fact that actually at this point I see worth fighting is through payment processors. We need new alternatives to payment processors. Japan's with the L side, that storefront that sells you hentai content finally catch on that yeah we need to build our own infrastructure for payment processing because Visa and Mastercard, PayPay, PaySlaw, yeah, all the despective names that you can come up with, they already compromised. At this point, I just care for gacha games that give me what I want or indie developers. Because those developers, even from places that they already have burned out to ashes, like the US, Europe, and Japan, yeah, you're still going to see some indies from time to time. But they need to be deliver a compromise with their audience that they are anti-woke, they hate wokeness, and they are going to go full edgy. Because look at this, man. Look how all of this shit from the Epstein files. This email was from 2015. Do you think the culture of this company changed rather drastically since 2015? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. That's how it happened. But well, we are also seeing the consequences of that. Like if Banco wasn't enough, yeah, Banco, yeah, the Codebane 2 is a dumpster fire that is already flopping, and they're not going to disclose the sales. So look at this, man. We were proven right with Godbane 2. In Godbane 2, they have censored everything from original Office to towels. It sold you the idea of freedom, just not to not see any of it. But you know what you can do? Your favorite faggy body type 2 can be dressed with female costumes. It's absolutely by design, always was. So yes, Japanese AAA companies participating into the Epstein ideology. I love it that text, despite that, yeah, everyone is catching on that, oh, so the likes of Epstein invested into all of the companies that we used to consume to push this ideology. Surprise, motherfucker. Welcome to the fucking club of tinfoil hats. But meanwhile, like this guy, like, yeah, I keep saying even gacha games, and I know people hate it because of the monetization, but you know what? Nowadays, gacha games, most of them are way friendlier with their monetization than your average AAA corporate service slop. Look at this. Meanwhile, in Nikkei, their latest unit Velvet are made. Guess which game understand their audience more. And also, for the ones that already play Nikkei, they can figure it out that they don't have to worry for now about trunifying your self-insert character or pushing Yuri and all of that homosexual stuff. Because in the main event of this one, when they release this Nikkei, you're seeing that the commander is a guy and a handsome one. Well, yes, seeing this one, if only they didn't go full real companies, private companies, and they will liberate the stuff that we wanted from them, man, they we wouldn't be boring about this shit show. But no, things went so much worse because they keep hiring Western retards and deranged, of course, to keep pushing this nonsense. And even like Capcom, man. Capcom, yeah, I shit on all of these companies, man. I'm not discriminating here. Not only the West, but also Japan. Everyone that kept pushing this nonsense. Capcom female workers on Resident Evil Requiem. Let's buff Leon and not every much detail to the ladies can live out to their fantasies. And the female lead, just do the bare minimum. Look how even when they used to deliver good characters like Sheva Alomar here, we already went with that one. But now, the best they can do is this shit. With more realistic graphics running with ray tracing. Yeah, unoptimized slot. And of course, it's going to be filled with the Nuvo and their fucking new DRMs. Double DRMs because they want their sims to be absolutely cocked. And this guy also, the same guy that showed it the post from Nikkei. Back when Crabcon weren't afraid to make hot girls, an original Jill is best Jill. Yes, and look how they massacre that woman, that female character, in the remake of Resident Evil 3. They make her a fucking feminist, for fuck's sakes, and censor her outfit. But yes, in case people wasn't aware, because we have stated many times why they keep giving Crapcon a pass is going to be beyond my recognition, my understanding for the brains, the brain cells of these drooling retards that keep supporting companies like this when they have told them to their fucking face what the fucking ideology stands for. But here we have them, like this one also from Mangalayer. You don't understand Capcom is Levy based because Street Fighter. Franchise has made shit an original often censor and when some normal character is shown they add 3x time of facts or safe horny mummies. Capcom is literally a box club company and you will regret funding them. I think they're regretting it now considering that the remake of Resident Evil 4 they keep fucking over the ones that already paid for them for that paid bought it on PC, paid it and bought it and play on PC with fucking the Nuvo. They're replacing it with a worse DRM. Congratulations! That's the fucking company you keep supporting while also giving you shit like this. Even these guys, what the hell is this Crapcon? Ah man, fucking internet, but yeah, I can scroll it. See? Dude, this is disgusting. Ah, here. Fucking here, man. This is in next Street Fighter 6. Yes, we were proven right once again that all of this nonsense was maliciously inserted by evil people. Or even all of this, man. Shit. But yes, I wanted to keep that post I sidelined in my thoughts for the end because yeah, we are almost at the last part of this. At least Blue Archive has has a winning side in all of this. Why am I mentioning Blue Archive? Well, because Blue Archive fans have been teaching us how is a good way to gatekeep the teachings, the scrolls, the skills, the talent, the knowledge to gatekeep your hobbies have been prompted and teach it in the most correct way possible from that community. I enjoy playing also Blue Archive. But yes, so Epstein, this didn't stop here. So January 30, Epstein was a fan of Yuri. Yuri asked your response. Ah man, the follow from this post has been nothing short of beautiful. Watching every hypocrite who was calling people esteemed disciples. Yeah, only because they like lollies. Yeah, lolly is a body type and they keep wanting to flag everyone well, as a cheese pizza lover for liking lollies from their average favorite game. But oh well, when it comes to Yuri, yeah, they also they want to jurify everything. I'm just like, dude, you have your own shit. Yuri also exists in its own phone. Why you want to invest? Oh, yeah, we know it. We know why you fucking want to do it. So yeah, Epstein was a fan of Yuri. Yuri tells your response, yeah, because on the Epstein files, the it was also kinda revealed that he also got contact with Fortune founder and well, looks like even when with the founder, yeah, the other ones that they were managing the website weren't agreeing with the founder. I don't know how that story ended, and I don't remember the full details of that. But yes, but I remember is that yes, there were two forums from Portion, the POL, which is politics, and Jury, the U. So those two were one was heavily managed by Epstein proxies, especially Glenn Maxwell, you know that name, and Epstein like a jury and say, you know what, we can prompt this one out. So yes, even the jury uh, jury obnoxious guys out there, the jury lovers, the obnoxious types. And I know people on the West enjoy jury, but they are not obnoxious. Do you know what I mentioned about the jury obnoxious types? It's the same ones that really want to say, it's they then, oh, it's my representation. The same types. They are the real Epstein disciples here. And that brings us to Blue Archive because we have seen another Epstein disciple here. So this is the kind of shit the Blue Archive community has been dealing for the longest time. So you see people actually calling out the readers. There is no jury in Blue Archive, you fucking tourists. Then this fucker. There is a whole ass class whose deal is jury manga and doujinshi, and the moral of the event is that fanfiction is gone in part because fans are limited to the scope of the original work. Please just bring me one fan who actually reads the work. So obviously this guy is just fucking lying. I'm not going to bother reading that one. Even I know this guy say, oh yeah, this, oh look at Neru and all of these plots. And all they say, look, they create Yuri. Ah, yeah, sure, buddy, sure. Look at this, man. Man, I wonder why these Yuri dojins have men and women on the cover. Blue Archive is problematic, so yeah, even the developers themselves, they don't like the Yuri tars approaching. But also gave us this meme. Because, yes, this type of meme, a lot of communities in the West started posting this primarily because, yeah, you have seen a lot of this morning saying, oh, my Yuri thing, my Yuri stuff. Me, I know Uma Musume. You have some horses there, some Umas there that love the trainer, especially when it's a guy. Also, look at this nonsense. They keep saying, oh, my trans representation. Oh, my Yuri, you go, girl. And all of that nonsense. And also, yeah, they're trying to call Bocce the Rock, despite that Bocce the Rock is just basically about music, all the MiHoYo games, and even Hoyo, MiHoYo finally started to get regrets for not tackling this sooner, and now they are just developing more content, kinda trying to get the audience that Nike and Blue Archive Wuthering Waves already has. So yes, at least this is the hilarious outcome in this part. We have material to call all of these trunies, these fucking pedophile homosexuals, Epstein disciples. That's the good outcome in all of this, at least. So anyway, that's it. I hope you stick it out to the end. Thanks for watching and please take care.